Hi, kids. This is a lesson on counting coins and adding money. We're going to read a story called The Penny Pot by Stuart J. Murphy. Then you'll do some activities that go along with our story. The Penny Pot. It was a hot Saturday in June, and the school fair was very crowded. The busiest place of all was the face painting booth. Fran, the art teacher, was in charge. More than anything else, Jessie wanted to get her face painted. It cost 50 cents. Jessie emptied her pockets and counted her money. She had 3 dimes, 1 nickel, and 4 pennies. 10, 20, 30, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39 cents. Oh, she said sadly, I have only 39 cents. Now she wished she hadn't bought that ice cream cone. Don't worry, said Fran. People will put their extra pennies in this pot, and you can have them. Wait and see. So Jessie sat down to wait. Soon Miguel came along. I'd like to get my face painted, he said to Fran. Sure, she replied. Do you have 50 cents? Let's see, said Miguel. He had a quarter, a nickel, 2 dimes, and 3 pennies. 25, 30, 40, 50, 51, 52, 53 cents. More than enough, said Fran. Would you like to put your extra pennies into the pot for someone else to use? Sure, said Miguel. Now, said Fran, what would you like to be? I like clowns, said Miguel. Can you make me into one? In 5 minutes, Miguel looked like the funniest clown around. Jessie's friend Rachel came by next with her little sister Sam. I want my face painted, cried Sam. Okay, said Rachel. Let's look in your purse. There was a quarter, a dime, 2 nickels, and 7 pennies. 25, 35, 40, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52 cents. You have enough money, she told her, and you even have 2 pennies left for the penny pot. What would you like to be? Fran asked Sam. A star, said Sam, because my mom says I'm her little star. Fran painted a big purple star on Sam's face. Then she added a twinkly sticker to one point right on Sam's forehead. Now I'm really a star, said Sam. The next person in line was Jonathan. I know just how much money I have, he said. I have 54 cents. And sure enough, that's what he had. 3 dimes, 3 nickels, and 9 pennies. 10, 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54 cents. Jonathan put the 4 extra pennies into the penny pot. And what would you like to be? Fran asked him. He said. I don't really know. Do you have any ideas? I think you'd look good as a bear, she said. And he did too. Oh, look. After a few minutes, Annie came along. "I'd like to get my face painted," she said. She put her money on the table and she counted it out. There were 2 dimes, 4 nickels, and 13 pennies. "Whew," she said. "I have enough and even some extra pennies to put in the pot. 10, 20, 30, 40, 45, 50, 51, 52, 53 cents." So they grouped 2 nickels to count as 10 and 5 pennies to count as 5. "I know just what I want to be," Annie said before Fran could even ask. "I want to be a scary monster." "I'll do my best," said Fran. When she was done, Annie didn't look like Annie at all. Just when Jessie was getting very tired of waiting, Fran smiled at her. "Why don't you see what's in the penny pot now?" she said. "Maybe there'll be enough along with your 39 cents." So she's going to look in the penny pot where they threw all their extra change. Jessie took all her money out of her pocket. Then she turned the penny pot over and dumped the money out onto the table. She counted it once. Then she counted again to be sure. 39, because she knew she had 39 cents. She needed one more for 40, 45, 50, 51 cents. 50 cents, she shouted, plus 1 cent left over. "You can leave that penny in the penny pot for the next person who needs it," said Fran. "Now, what would you like to be?" Jessie couldn't make up her mind. A star, a bear, a clown. They were all nice, but she wanted to be something different. All at once, Fran's cat knocked over the jar of blue paint. "Stop, Chester," said Fran, catching the jar just in time. And then, just like that, Jessie knew what she wanted to be. Oh, I wonder, what is Fran? Fran's a cat. Think Jessie might want to be a cat. Soon all the kids from school were gathered to look at Jessie's painted face. "That's the best one ever," said Annie. "I think it is," agreed Jessie. "Isn't it, Chester?" And Chester just switched his tail. Oh, look. She painted her to look like Chester. So yes, she was a cat. And that is the end of the penny pot. Now, after we've read our story, you can take pencil and paper and you can make a chart that looks like this for the total amount, how many coins there were, how many pennies, how many nickels, how many dimes, how many quarters, and then you can put your boxes below. And then we can answer some questions by looking back into our story. Pause your video and draw out your chart. Now that you have your chart drawn, we can look and see how much money each person had. So, under your first column, you're going to write Miguel at the top of the square. Then you're going to write how many coins Miguel had. Let's count the coins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So in the column that says number of coins, you would write 7. Then in your column for pennies, you would write 1, 2, 3 cent. Under nickels, you would write 1 and the amount would be 5 cents. Under dimes, 2 equals 10, 20 cents. And under quarters, you would write down 1, and it would be 25 cents. Then you would count your coins. So you would have 25, 30, 40, 50, 51, 52, 53 cents. So under total amount, you would write 53 cents. Now, I'm going to show you each person so that you can write down the amount of money each person had, the number of coins, and how much each was worth. I'll show you the picture. You can pause the video, fill out your chart, and then hit play again and then continue until you have all of the coins for Miguel, for Rachel, for Jonathan, and for Annie. All right, here is the page for Rachel. Pause the video, look at the coins, and fill out your chart for total amount for Rachel, number of coins, and how much of each one she had. This is the picture for Jonathan. Pause the video, fill out the name, the number of coins, how many pennies, how many nickels, how many dimes, how many quarters, and the total amount of money that Jonathan had. Now we'll look at how many coins Annie had. You'll put her name, the number of coins she had, how many pennies, how many nickels, how many dimes, and how many quarters, and how much money she had in all. Pause the video and fill out your chart. Now that you have filled out your chart, I'm going to show you what your chart should look like filled out. You can pause the video and compare your chart to the chart that I filled out using the same book and the same information. Now that you have all your information, we need to see how much money is in the penny pot. Remember, it costs 50 cents for them to get their face painted. So we need to look and see 53 cents, 52 cents, 54 cents, 53 cents. So we know they all spent 50 cents. We need to see how many are left. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So how much money was in the penny pot? Write that below your chart. Now, if you look at the bottom of our chart, it shows that there was 12 cents left in the penny pot. So, using that 12 cents, then she was able to take her 39 cents and add money to it and get her face painted. And remember, she had 1 cent left. So, you can see how we used a story. We tracked the coins. We had to identify the coins, how many coins there were. We had to add our money together, the value of the number of coins we had, add all of our money, and see how much was left. So there's lots of skills that you can get from reading a story about the penny pot. Have a great day.